Hello and welcome to April. April frequencies are going to be a little bit smoother than they were in March. I don't know about you, but March was very intense for me, very powerful and very impactful. We were bombarded with all kinds of energies, astronomical, astrological, frequencies pouring in from the sun, from galactic center, from our souls, everywhere. I can't think of a place that we didn't have energy pouring into us. And we had a lot of light frequency to unpack and open those codes within us so that we can continue our evolution. I appreciate everyone who is working with their soul, who is connected to Creator Source God, and is lifting their frequency and releasing fear in order to support the great shift and our movement into the future. So I'm very excited about April. April will begin to intensify again. Those frequencies will start to come in again and intensified, but more towards the third and fourth week of April. The first half of April is really in for settling, processing, and working through, I hear assimilating the energies that were coming in through the last 3 months. So we've been doing light code activations to help unpack those, to help our bodies adjust to that increased light and frequency, and that's been working very well for us. I can tell you for me that the energies in March were so intense that I was holding onto the walls to stay in my body. I had so much difficulty staying in my body and doing my everyday tasks that I need to do. And so grounding was very important in the month of March. And you will find that grounding is going to be important as well in the first half of April. We've got to ground those frequencies, we've got to assimilate them, and we have to give our physical and emotional bodies an opportunity to rebalance and catch up. So, in the beginning of April, I really would like you to take care of yourself, to rest, recuperate, right? Do all that pampering that you know to do, and if you can, get outside in the sun. Sunlight, I hear, is going to make a huge difference in how the physical assimilates the energies that we're working with. It doesn't have to be heat or hot sun, but sunlight. So if you're in a colder area of the world, that's okay. 10 minutes, they're saying 10 minutes is all we need to invigorate and to help settle that frequency within us at the same time. Our bodies are craving sunlight, and our bodies can take that 10 minutes of sunlight and really work with it to help improve the physical and the emotional as well. So ground and get into sunlight. Now, as I was asking about April, what I found really interesting was I heard from my higher that we are halfway through the year. And I thought, well, that's strange because we're only 4 months into the year. But they said, no, half the year is over. They said, by September, we will be moving into the new year. And I heard September 29th would be New Year's Day. And that is very strange to me because I like my calendar and I know that the mid-year is June. And they said, no, no, no. By the end of September, we will be moving into a new year. They said, in 2026, your gifts will be put to use. Your spiritual gifts, your 3D gifts, right? All the gifts that we have will be put to use in 2026. So if you are a nutritionist, you will be working with a lot of people who will wish to improve their nutrition and will use it as a healing method. If you are an energy healer, if you are an intuitive, if you are a lawyer, they said, which kind of surprised me, regardless of what your skill, your talent, or your profession is, your skills will be utilized in 2026. I found that to be very good news because for those of us who have been preparing and growing and and expanding our arsenal of tools in our little spiritual bag. We have been waiting to be told, go, go, do it. Now is the time. You will not need to be a big celebrity to reach the people that you need to reach. They are going to come find you. They said to me, by the end of September, people will be tired of violence. They will be tired of violence within themselves and in the outer world, and will be ready to release it once and for all. That means people who are still carrying anger are going to be tired of carrying anger, and they will seek out individuals who will be able to assist and support them in releasing those emotions and frequencies. You are going to be very, very busy if you are in a service-minded profession, and that can be wherever you are. Everyone does not need to quit their day job and become an intuitive in order to help others and have a spiritual mission, a spiritual purpose. I've said this many times, and again, I was surprised when they said, if you are a lawyer, you will be busy, because even lawyers can be in service to those who need it. And so we need to stop thinking about professions and people the way we always have. I'm telling you, the world is weary. Humanity is ready to release in a big way. And that's what we're going to be doing during the rest of this year until we get to the new year at the end of September. So when they said September 29th was New Year's Day, I went and looked at that and I thought, well, September's a 9 and 29 is an 11. And there you have it. We are full circle back to 9/11. We are releasing anger. We are releasing fear. And we are tired of violence on a grand scale. What that means is that people will want to move into a place of peace. Humanity will want to have a peaceful existence, not an existence filled with violence either within or in the outer realms. Arguments will no longer hold their thrill. Wars will no longer hold their benefits. And all the ways in which we are violent with ourselves and others, that's going to come to an end. People are really going to be tired of that. And you'll see that by the end of this year in September. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. But in 2026, that's when the grand release takes place. And people will be seeking out those who are going to be able to help them. Get ready. If you are a healer, if you are a practitioner in any kind of modality, we're talking herbs, we're talking essences, we're talking about botanicals, flowers, florists, healers, hospitals, doctors, whatever profession you are in. And I'm hearing people who pick up the trash are included in this. People will be seeking you out, and they will want to connect in an open way, in an open heart, and with love. And you're going to see that spread into everyday life over the course of 26. People want to let it go. They do not want to carry it anymore. And I can tell you that the frequencies that are coming into this planet don't support that anymore. There's no resonant energy field as we move into 26 to support that kind of activity and to support those kinds of behaviors. Those who insist in engaging in violent thoughts, emotions, and acts will find very little places to exhibit that behavior. They will congregate together and they will kind of beat each other down in every way that they possibly can. Those of you who are living with and dealing with the passive-aggressive types, you're just going to laugh at them and let it go until they have nobody to do that with. They will go find others of like mind to play that with, because we know some people won't give it up. And that's their free will. And we know that they may need to do that for a little while longer as part of their own soul evolution. And we are going to let them do it. We are going to allow the people who are ready, willing, and able to move into a more peaceful and loving existence within and without find us. And we are going to do that by releasing that within ourselves, which is what we have been doing for the last couple of years. I know you have, and I know I have as well. We have reached a tipping point within self, and we will be reaching the tipping point within humanity that creates a shift in which that is the norm rather than the exception. Those who wish to congregate into those negative energies are just going to be little pockets in their own places, in their own communities, and they're going to be very isolated, is what I heard. So they will not be impacting the greater communities and the greater world. They won't want to. They will want to stay within their own little pockets and play those games and play out those paradigms within their own communities as well. And because we will be focused on helping those and ourselves who wish to move forward, there will be no need for interaction, and there will be no need for us to encounter them. And so that's the great divide that we keep hearing about. And I thought that was very, very positive. So I was kind of interested that I got a lot of information about next year in the month of April. But my higher said this is to prepare us to what is to come. This is to give us the opportunity to look ahead and to see where we are traveling towards, to see where we're going. It is also the carrot to keep us focused on a positive future and the outcome that we know is there for us. We are co-creating this together. And so it's very important for us to know and to focus on what's possible and what is on the path ahead of us. And so we have the opportunity between now and the end of the year, right? The end of that cosmic year, I guess, to go ahead and do these things. The last thing that I heard was that the openings and the expansions are going to leap and jump out of us. We have galactic connections. We have soul connections. We have a connection to our greater being and creator source. And what I saw was a column of light expanding and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that column getting wider and stronger as we move forward. And that allows for direct communication, greater communication. If you are a person who is interested in connecting with your angels, it's going to be very easy for you. If you are a person who is interested in connecting with your galactic heritage, your family, your soul group, it's going to be much easier for you. Information will be pouring in the dream state, in the awake state, and the people around you who will be talking to you are going to be delivering messages, and you need to pay attention to those, is what I heard. We have a very exciting time ahead of us. We have synchronicities coming in from all directions and all types of wonderful experiences waiting for us as we move forward. And we want to remember that no matter what goes on right now, we know what we're doing, we know where we're going, and we know what we are creating. And that is all we really need to know. So until next week, we'll talk more about April and less about 2026, I think. So I wish you a wonderful week, and of course many blessings wherever you are, whatever you do, and whatever you're experiencing.